Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Well, I started off here having some technical difficulties. Give me 1 second here. For some reason, I can't get Oculus Mirror to work here. There we go. Guys, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. Raspberry, how are you? Glad you can catch it too. We're here today to fly the Bombardier Challenger 300. Alan, how are you? Good day to you as well. This is an awesome plane by D-Den, available on xplane.org. Not that expensive. I think it's like, I want to say $35. It's an awesome plane. It's on its second version. I've been flying this for a while. You can see you get the VR aviation colors there. 328 Charlie Juliet is the tail number. And it's just a joy to fly. You're at work tonight, so mostly listening in the background. Cool. Just a joy to fly. I actually already have it running because it's not that it's a bear to start, but it takes a while to start, and I kind of want to get in the air and get things going. Boy, I'm going to try to pronounce your name. Rifzian. Hope I got that right. How are you tonight? Thanks for joining. So this is the Challenger. We're in X-Plane. We're in VR. I'm using Oculus Rift CV1. Still got the old CV1 going. We're going to talk about Oculus. We're going to talk about the Oculus Quest a little bit tonight. But we're going to be using. Well, I should say not using. We're going to be flying in OnAir, which is a aviation environment or economy game, which is really cool, actually. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with it and how I've gotten to where I am. I'm actually level 5 now. Take a look at this to go to my company. You start out with 10 grand. I'm actually up to $500,000 in this account, and I actually have a virtual airline that I've got $250,000 in. So I've made quite a bit, and I'm going to talk to you about how I'm doing it. And I'm playing on the Thunder server, which is, I guess, the more challenging server, if you will. Yeah. So this is lots of fun. It's very similar to FS Economy in a lot of ways, although it's a little bit more modern, a little bit more complicated. There's a lot more regulation to it. Like, for example, to fly the Challenger, you have to have a co-pilot, right? So the first time I saved up enough money to rent a Challenger, and it's expensive because it's like, I think it's $1,300 an hour, plus you got to put up a $130,000 bond to fly the plane. And I travel to the site to fly it. I get the money to buy it, by grinding out flights with the Longitude. And I'm all set to go, and I can't get a co-pilot because I don't have the skill set. When you look at the skill set, your skills, your skill tree, you have to have hiring agreement to be able to hire a co-pilot, right? So I didn't have that. It was very frustrating. So I had to go back to the Longitude, fly a bunch of flights, and get to the point where I earned another level 5, and I got the skill points to apply so I could hire a co-pilot. And now I can fly the Challenger. Let's take a look at the Challenger. Let's see here. It's a dual engine plane, okay? 2,100 gallons of fuel, okay? About 3,000 nautical miles. Payload max is 1359, which is pretty significant. Cruising speed at altitude is 439. Pretty quick, so you can get there fast and give you a good amount of range and coverage. So again, it was $13,840 to rent it, and I had to put down a $138,000 bond. Pardon me. So that's what we're going to be flying today. Now, the first thing I had to do is we'll go over the flight plan and stuff, but I'm going to have actually hire a co-pilot. So, but let's go to let's go to, let me see here. Give me 1 second here. All right, so we're going to go to Sky Vector. This is going to be our flight. We're flying from Laconia Municipal. We got 2 stops today. I'll show you the job we're going to be doing. First stop's going to be Kennedy. Okay, we're flying into Kennedy Airport, JFK. Bruce, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Did you notice your new member emoji? It got a little pilot dude there. Thanks for joining, man. And thanks for signing up for 2 months. I appreciate that. So we're going to head into JFK, and then we're going to a quick jump from JFK across the Raritan Bay, past Sandy Hook, through Monmouth County, New Jersey, and we're going to end at McGuire Air Force Base, which actually, when I was a little kid, probably about 5 or 6 years old, one of my earliest memories, my grandfather took me to this Air Force Base, and I sat in a fighter plane. I don't know which type of plane it was. It was in the mid-60s, mid-70s. Like I'm dating myself here. It was like 1967, not 70s. It was like the late 60s, 67, 68, somewhere around there. And I remember he put me in the seat of this plane. The hood of the cockpit was open, and it was at this Air Force Base. And that was when I kind of started to fall in love with planes. But anyway, so that's where we're going to end up today. All right, so that's our flight plan. 258 miles total, with 2 hops. All right, so pretty straightforward. Get to see a little bit of Massachusetts and New England, and should be fun. So let's see. Yeah, so let's take a look at the job we got. So we're at KLCI. I'll show you the job I took. There's a number of jobs here I could have taken, but this one kind of, and there may be some new stuff on the board here. Not a whole lot to choose from here. But because I have that 13,000 pound capacity with this plane, I actually flew a mission yesterday. It was 4 stops, and it was $250,000. You know, it took me about an hour and a half to do it, but $250,000. So once you're able to fly big planes like this in OnAir, you can really rack up the coin quick, you know. So anyway, let's go to this guy here, and I'll show you the, well, actually no, pending jobs. And this is the job right here. So we're actually going to go to JFK. We're going to pick up some electronic devices, 3,648 pounds of them. Pop that in the cargo, and then we're going to, or I should say no, we're picking these up from Laconia. Devices and printed magazines, and we're basically dropping roughly half of our cargo at JFK and half of our cargo at the final destination. 8,373 pounds. Total mileage is 258. Should be no problem squeezing that in. All right. So let's do that now. Let's go to. Well, before we do that, let me just give you an update on my status here. So I talked about how I earned. I also started a virtual airline, and to do that, you have to go to here. It'll take a few seconds to go into this thing here. And I've started with 250,000, actually 100,000, but I've been adding money to it. Just myself right now. We're gonna, once I get the hang of things, I've been reading a lot about virtual airlines on the Thunder, server. There's a lot to it, and there's some things that make it a little. There's some things that could be abused that I think they're going to take care of. That I think needs to be ironed out, but I'm trying to make sure I have a complete handle on it before I initiate it. Okay. But starting, I have $250,000 in there. I haven't done anything with that. I haven't bought any FBOs or anything. But you know, we're ready to go when that's set. So if you take a look at, we got the logo there, VR Aviation. We'll set a percentage for for the pilots. This will probably be 50%. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing as far as virtual airlines go. So I would say look for that in the next couple of weeks if you guys are interested in that. Okay. All right. So back to my company. Actually, this is basically you as a player. Okay. So I'm going to go to here. This is your live operations map. Okay. We got our plane on the tarmac here at Laconia. Okay. We're going to go into, we got to hire a co-pilot. Okay, we got to hire a co-pilot. So we'll go to hire employees. And we just want to hire someone for the day. You can hire someone for the day, or you can hire them for longer term. So we're looking for someone with, you can see we've got ratings here. The black is better. So black is a 4.7. This guy, Alexis Ewers, okay. High on punctuality, mid-range on the stress level. So what I kind of like to do is I like to sort it by flight hours. I figure the people with the most experience are probably better. So we'll take a look at like this guy here, Lupe. I've used him before actually. He's got a 4.2 and he's at 3.8. That's pretty good, and I had a good experience with Lupe as my co-pilot. So we're going to go with Lupe again. So evaluate. Now we have two choices here. This gives you a little bit more detail. Birth date, total hours flown, what Lupe looks like, IRL, his salary, okay, and his punctuality and all that. And these are his certifications, right? So we have to have someone certified for jet, which he is, right? We're flying a jet, not a heavy jet. We're flying a jet, but he's pretty much certified for everything. Go for the cheapest if you're flying anyways. Yeah, probably a good idea, Alan. It doesn't really, I'm not sure how much it matters, like reputation points. I really don't know. All I know is that, they're roughly all the same cost per hour. It may be like a $30 difference, so it's no big deal. They allowed speed up for flights in one of the choices, but you have to wait for the actual time to. Yeah, that's called warping. So you can, in Thunder, you can do time compression, time acceleration in your sim, but when you get to your destination, your pilot will be inoperable until he catches up in time. It works, yeah, it works great. So I'm not going to do a weekly thing. I'm going to do a daily thing. So this is good. We're doing KLCI. Just want to make sure I'm right about that. Okay, we're going to hire him for the day. Yeah, I mean, why not get a better employee, right? Hey, Goldrake, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I mean, it's like a few dollars extra, big deal, right? So we're just gonna hire him for the day, all right? And these flights, that the thing is that we're nickel and diming, because if you were flying like a small flight where you're only gonna make, we're gonna make it's like a $50,000 revenue on this thing. So we'll probably end up making about $45,000 on it, right? So $30 here, $30 there is not going to be that much. Oh, the auto. Yes, that's true. You can only do it like 4x. Otherwise, actually, an X-plane, Alan, you can an X-plane, which is what I'm in today. The time acceleration will work up to 16 times, no problem. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator that has a problem with the time acceleration. You can't go above 2 times. I can't go above 2 times in most planes. Maybe in the Cessna you can. But in the longitude, if you go above, if you go up, it goes 2-4, right? So 2-4, you can go up to 4 times, right? 2-4. If you go above 4, it goes nuts, right? So it's 2 clicks. And the other problem is it doesn't have a notification of what your acceleration is. So you have to remember and go backwards and then look at the clock to make sure the seconds are ticking correctly. It's kind of lame. Anyway, so we're going to hire this guy for one day. Oh, you can see that's the signature getting signed there. Yeah, right, exactly. 4X. Sorry, I don't mean to. If you pressed it 3 times, that would be 248. That's 8x, I think. I'm not sure because they don't tell you. I don't know. Anyway, it just goes faster. No big deal. All right, so we got our co-pilot. Now we can fly. So we're going to go here. And we're going to go prepare for our next flight. We're going to load up these 2 pallets, if you will. Multiple pallets, I guess. Okay. We only need 258 nautical miles to cover. We already have 566 in the tank, nautical miles. We really don't need to add any fuel. But I'm going to add a little fuel, because we got the room, and it's only a few $100. So, and I'll use it anyway because I'm going to continue to rent this plane. So I'm just going to go to like 700. Okay, there you go. Right. We'll just add a little bit of fuel, $538 worth of fuel. So you can see over here, we got our gross weight of 35,795. We're allowed up to 38,849. We're well balanced. Otherwise, we would get an auto button here. We got 8753 of payload. No problem for this bird, right? Cool. So let's do confirm. And okay, so we've got we're going to K. Our first stop is JFK. So I like to just put the first stop in here. Okay, so you have your alternative, your alternate route, or alternate airport, I should say. Going to take a little bit of time while this is happening. I've already, let's go into the plane here. Hey guys, see you in the chat there. I've already set up the FMS, so we've got that in here. We want to go, in this plane, we're going to go nav source to FMS1. Okay. We want to go nav. You see the FMS come up right up here in the console. We're gonna go up to, it's 200. We're gonna go up to 25,000 today. We'll save a little bit on fuel, but we don't have to go too high. 25,000. This plane doesn't inherently have. It actually does have an auto throttle option, but I haven't figured out the best way to use it yet. So I'm just gonna go vertical speed, and we're gonna pitch up at the 3,000 feet per minute. It'll just get us up there quick. And we'll just manage the throttle manually. Wait, if you haven't seen this plane before, wait till you see how smoothly it flies. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so we want to get our APU off. Okay. Got our parking brake. Everything is looking good here. Okay, everything is in the green, and we're good to go. So we got our flight plan in. We're going to taxi. Let's see, where the hell are we? Oh, me too, Ryan. It's one of my favorite planes. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Where are we flying today? We're flying to JFK and then McGuire Air Force Base in New Jersey. 2 stops. 2 stops. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell. Let me just see if I got an airport diagram here. Hold on. Airports. Okay. You guys can't see this. I'm looking at, damn it. I don't have an airport diagram. Alright, let me just figure out where the hell I am here. When in doubt, get outside the plane and look. So we're facing... Okay, I got to go that way. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're flying VFR today, guys. It's X-plane, so we don't have that that ATC. Hope to see the Challenger. Oh yeah. Listen, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with the 300 in FS 2020. Yeah, well, you know, we don't have the ATC here, and you know, I don't have that sim, so oh, I got to put my co-pilot in. I'm wondering why isn't it finished loaded? So this is the thing, you have to go here, you got to add your co-pilot. Once you add your co-pilot, now you can fly. Now, I'd imagine if you fly in a big jet, you got to have cabin attendants too. So you have to basically hire cabin attendants to basically take care of the passengers. All right. So we're all set now. Okay, now we're going to load up the plane. You see, we got should get a little notification. Everything is all the green, which is what we want. Okay, shows you where we are right here. We're going to go start tracking. And we should get a voice.
Flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Okay, we're good to go there. So we're going to close this out now. And we're ready to fly, guys. Yeah, VFR in a jet. All right, so we're ready to taxi. I'm actually going to move you guys down here so I can see you. And I'm flying a little bit easier. Okay. Get my pilot head on. So everything is good to go. FMS set. Altitude set. Vertical speed is set. Yaw damper set. FMS is set. APU is off. We're rolling. Here we go. Brakes are off. I had the engines kind of quiet, guys. See how smooth this is? I'm not comparing it to MS 2020, but the ground handling, oh, there's no comparison. The ground handling in FS 2020 is terrible. Austin, how you doing? Thanks for joining. It's going great. Is that Austin from OnAir? What a beautiful place this is. Look at that. So I have a little secret here that I'll turn you guys on to. If you go on xplane.org and search for a little thing called Zap All Trees, and it's a little thing you put in like your plugins. I think you put it in the plugins. It has instructions of what to do with it. It gets rid of all the X-plane trees. Because first of all, most of them, there's still a few of them around. X-plane trees look like crap. We all know that. And the other two is they're frame hogs. And they're frame consistency hogs. Because, you know, the CPU has to basically work with the GPU to draw those damn trees that look ugly anyway. So I just got rid of them all. And I'm telling you what, it improves your FPS. So look for a little utility. Go to xplane.org and look for Zap All Trees. I think that's what it's called. And actually, it came out of, like, I was complaining on a thread. I opened a thread on xplane.org about, how do I reduce my trees, because I was having a hard problem figuring out how to do it. And this guy just, like, was exasperated with me, so he just wrote this little, he wrote this little script and said, here, I put it on here, this will solve your problem. And it works great. So if you want to get rid of your trees in X-Plane, which I have done, just do Zap All Trees. Look how smooth this is. This is 11.50. I'm telling you, man, they made VR amazing. And I'm running like on all high settings. And watch how smooth this is when we take off. It's incredible. You know, it's hard not to compare, but look at this. Look how smooth this is. Look how smooth this is. It's fantastic. Completely lined up, perfectly lined up. Beautiful. Catch up with chat here. Hey, Austin, how you doing? Now, guys, Austin is the community manager on the OnAir Discord server. Okay, Austin knows a lot about OnAir, so he's joined us today. Thanks, Austin. I'm glad to see you there, man. Thanks. Used to do a lot of flying in VR, but stopped because the Oculus Rift is not clear enough. You know, I'm using Rift, and if I lean in, I'm super sampling on 1.8, and I can read everything. So I'm not sure. Maybe you needed to improve the super sampling. It's not for everybody. It is a little fuzzy, but when I lean in like that, I can read everything, no problem. And I don't have the greatest eyesight. Just need to tweak the ground fiction in FS 2020. I don't know how to do that. Or they need to. Yes, sorry. Yes. All right, so watch this. This thing, 11.50, X-Plane 11, Austin Meyer, Laminar Research. I busted your chops for 3 years about VR, sending emails, is this issue, that issue. I got to tell you, I'm blissfully happy with VR in X-Plane 11 right now. It's awesome. All right, first thing we got to do is make sure we set our flaps. Should be okay there. This plane will actually tell you if you have a problem with flaps. It'll start to beep. You'll get a warning. So we're going full throttle here. I got the brakes on. We're going to release those brakes. And there we go. In the bird. We're looking for 125-ish. Ground speed. And rotate. Gear up. Flaps up. Look how smooth it is, guys. It's absolutely silky smooth. Silky smooth. I don't care about frame rate anymore. You know, you see people obsessing about frame rate. Frame rate. In a flight simulator, frame rate is important. But it's not as important going to autopilot. It's not as important as frame consistency. Frame consistency is the most important thing. Get my flaps all up here. We'll get ourselves up to 5,000. Oh, sorry, 25,000. Beautiful. Look at that plane. Awesome, Austin. That sounds good, man. We'll talk about that offline for sure. So basically, couldn't be happier with VR. Now, this plane has always been very good with frame consistency. So that's the thing. I'd like to really see the flight sim community get away from obsessing over FPS. Okay? Hear me out, guys. Call me crazy, but I've been in this gaming thing a little while, and I built a number of gaming PCs, and I too obsessed over FPS. Okay. But watching Jay's 2 cents one day, a while back, he said something, and it really rang true, and I hadn't thought of it, and it is that frame rate in a game, in an application like this, okay, In an application like this, frame rate is important, but it's not as important as frame consistency. Frame consistency means lack of stutters. It means the frames are coming in time to give you the perception of real-life movement, right? Frame consistency. These planes, like sitting in here, this isn't moving very fast. Clouds aren't moving very fast. Look at them. They're moving, but not very fast. The ground's not moving very fast. Things don't move very fast. Okay? They don't move very fast. If we were playing Call of Duty, if we're playing Fortnite, if we're playing Project Cars 3, things are moving incredibly fast. You have to have high frame rate. Okay? I'm probably getting about 30 frames per second. Let's see. Let's just take a look here. Go to menu. Go to plugins. Go to, where the hell is it? Fly with Lua. Go to macros. Go to OVR setting. Oop, wrong one. Shit. Go to plugins. Okay. 25 frames per second. Is it jittery? It's smooth as silk, right? I got AWS disabled, okay? Sometimes you want to have it enabled, I found, and sometimes you want to have it disabled. That's an asynchronous space warp. That's basically an Oculus software to trick the headset into think that it's getting 90 frames per second, 90 megahertz, right? 23 frames per second, and it's running absolutely silky smooth. Okay? As long as you don't dip below like 20, I think it is, you're keeping up with regular time, so you're not going to lose time. If you go below 20, you start to lose time, I think it is. So, I'm not worried about frame rate in a flight simulator. Okay? I'm worried about frame consistency. If I'm in FS 2020, and I'm getting 40 frames per second, and it's never stuttering, I don't care what the frame rate is, right? Because it's about the experience, right? If I'm in FS 2020 and it's smooth until I'm just about to land, and actually I had this happen with the Longitude, I was actually taxiing, and it was stuttering, like literally half a second stutters. Okay, I know for a fact that was not the GPU, that was not the CPU. That had to be cloud-based scenery and the internet latency. Okay, so the game that we're in here is not frames per second. It's about frame consistency. That's the most important thing. Let me catch up with chat. Hey, Sly Robo, how you doing? Yeah. So Sly Robo was kind enough to develop a livery for us for VR Aviation for the Longitude. If I get I'm going to show you some of it a little bit later. But thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. It looks really cool. And we're going to be flying it probably on Thursday. So thanks to Sly for that. He does liveries if you want to contact him. On his, you can contact him on Discord, and I'm sure he'll want to talk to you about doing liveries. In a simulator, it doesn't need 60 frames per second. Exactly. Usually around 20. Exactly. You're right, Austin. And this is the misconception. You know, I'm watching. It's frame time's probably a better way. I say frame consistency. You know. Hey, Gold Rake. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. You get the little pilot emoji and all those other wacky emojis. I added another one. I added a guy with a neck brace because I figured when I do like those brick landings, you can throw up the emoji for the guy with a neck brace. It's the best way to, like, you know, basically articulate someone having to go to the chiropractor. So FAA minimums FPS is 30 for simulators. That probably makes sense Flight 209er clear for vector 3. Yeah, that's Gold Rake. Thank you very much for becoming a member, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Very nice of you. So enjoy those emojis, and I'm going to be probably adding some more tiers down the line here. All right, let's not miss our altitude. We're going to level off here at 25 thou. Beautiful clouds today. That's the other thing they fixed in X-Plane. Cloud flickering of the shadows on the ground in VR are gone. Oh my God, it was awful for years. That's gone. It's awesome. So anyway, I'm very happy if we get smooth frames. Frame time, if you will. Raspberries. Exactly, Raspberry. Yeah, Gamer Nexus is right. And, you know, you look on social media and guys like, I'm only getting 45 frames per second. I should be getting 60 frames. Give me a break. You don't need it. You know? Now, let me get my speed set here. I don't want to overspeed. And this is not going to be a long flight. We got 20, well, we're actually going to reduce that as we start to gain speed here. Love this plane. Love this plane. There we are. I swear that does not look like me. I'm certainly not that thin, and I'm certainly not that good looking. You can even see the fans going in the engines there. Check that out. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, how you doing? Yeah, I'm 1.8. Yeah, I'm doing 1.8. No, you can go over 1.5 if your graphics card can handle it. I mean, I'm doing 1.8, and I have a 1080 Ti, and it never goes over like 70%, 65, 70%. So yeah, so I you know, it's probably, there's not much different, like I think there's a big difference between like 1.5 and 1.8. What I've always heard is keep it around 1.7, but you know, I've actually had it at 2.0, but the GPU probably gets about 80% when you do that, so I just leave it at 1.8. It's fine. Never had any problems with it. All right, so I guess we have a pretty, the reason why we're kind of sluggish here, I guess we could probably keep it around 275. That'll give us a all right, so I wanted to talk about just make sure I do this. Hold on, give me 1 second here. So I wanted to talk about Oculus Quest 2. You VR lunatics. Oculus Quest 2. So yesterday I'm cruising around. I'm like, see all these leaked videos for Oculus Quest 2. Yeah, leaked. You don't think Facebook meant to do that? I'm like, okay, 2K per eye, almost 2K per eye. Why, you know, it's got the Snapdragon XR2 chip in it, which is supposed to be like a ridiculous monster. Okay. Super fast, super clear, supposedly. So like it's on par with like the HP Reverb G2 from a resolution perspective that I have on order for, you know, $600. And you can use the Oculus Link cable to connect it to your PC to do VR with PC applications like X-Plane, right? And actually there's people on YouTube doing it with the Quest 1. Start thinking about it last night. I'm saying to myself, geez, look how blue that sky is, by the way. Azure blue, I guess that is. Should I cancel my order? Should I cancel my pre-order for the The Reverb G2? Because they're saying the price of this for the high-end one, a 256 gigabyte one, is going to be like $400. Like, okay, well, that's, what should I do here? It's got like, it's got controllers that are very similar to the Touch, and I'm an Oculus person. So it really kind of opened the question and made me think about whether or not I'm making a good purchase decision with the HP, with the Reverb G2, because, we're going to a different ecosystem now. It's Windows, a mixed reality. I don't know anything about that. I've heard mixed things about it from people. It's like an unknown world. I know the Oculus world. I've been in the Oculus world for 4 years, right? I've had very few issues. So these kind of doubts. Yeah, right. That's one of the things that I thought about, Paul. But there's a complexity to that too, Paul, because we don't know how good MS Flight Simulator is going to be in VR. Okay? I don't know about you, but I fly past those buildings in New York in the daytime, and they look like blobs to me. So, blobs in 2D look like blobs in 3D. So, I'm saying to myself, I'm buying the Reverb for X-Plane, too, for mainly X-Plane, because I fly mostly in X-Plane in VR. It's, it's more aviation, it's more real world. For me, I get more of that out of it, right? FS 2020 would be sort of like a side bonus. That's the kind of way I look at it, Depends if you're cool with subsidizing your headset purchase with Facebook's. That's part of the thing too, Raspberry. So I started reading about this, and I didn't realize that Facebook is going to be requiring all users of Oculus, and I don't know if that means the Rift too, by like October, like in 2023 or something, that you have to have it linked to your Facebook account. They're requiring you to do it. And I read somewhere else that if under this new thing you violate your Facebook, you violate Facebook terms of service, you could lose access to your VR library. I'm saying to myself, what? What the? So wait a second. So if I'm going to spend money on a VR library, you're telling me I lose access to it? Because some person on some Facebook moderator or content checker has some idea that I said something, put a word wrong? I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Pretty cool down there. I tell you, from up here, it looks just the same as FS 2020, if you ask me. And actually, I think the sky looks better. It's bluer. Look at the sky. Look at that sky. That sky is beautiful. Look at the colors. That's beautiful. Okay? 3 cheers for X-Plane. They can both live. I'm just kidding around. You don't have a VR headset? Yeah, but trying to distance myself for everything Facebook. Yeah, so Oculus is off the table for me. Yeah, I mean, I thought the same way. Let's see. Oh, I probably should start getting down here. I'm yapping away here. I'm going to miss my waypoint. So we're going to go down to 3,500 vertical speed, and we're going down, 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 down. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't want. I guess I should probably put you guys over here. This is probably better. Put you right there. That's probably better. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't want to be. I think Facebook is evil, to tell you the truth. Okay, in a lot of ways. So, and they have too much power. So, I would rather not have my a piece of hardware that I pay for controlled by them. So that's kind of the way I think about it. X-Plane set the bar high. I agree. With VR and face, it will be interesting to see what Asobo comes up with. And right, Paul, so think about it. You were probably in on the early days was it 1.3 X or 11.3 was the first VR release, I think. 4 years ago. Do you remember how awful it was and how jittery it was and all the problems they had? We're going fast here.
Overspeed.
Okay, I'm going a little too fast.
Overspeed.
We've got 12 minutes to get down. We should be okay. Yeah, do you remember how difficult it was in the early days of X-Plane 11 VR? So like remember we had Fly Inside, right? Fly Inside for X-Plane, Fly Inside for FSX. That was the main thing. And then Aerofly FS2 was the only one, and DCS. They both had their own native VR, but X-Plane didn't, and neither did FSX. So X-Plane came out with their own VR at there was a real push to do it, thankfully, but it was pretty murky when it first came out, very murky actually, and it really took 11.4 for it to get decent, and they still had issues because they were still on OpenGL, and then they moved over to when they made the train change to Vulkan. That's what changed things a lot, right? That helped them a lot. Now we're getting this frame time or frame consistency that's absolutely consumable, right? So I started thinking about it, back to the Quest, and I put a question up on VR Aviators, and you guys all responded and stuff. We had some chats about it today, and it makes a lot of sense what a lot of people were saying. The Reverb 2 is really, it's not tied to Facebook. It's designed for PC applications, right? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to stick with that. It's $600. If for some reason the Quest 2 turns out to be something fantastic, it's not. It sounds to me like it's not going to be that expensive, right? They're just saying $300 for 128, and I think it's 128 gigabytes, and like $400 for 256. I think those are the numbers. No one knows yet. Tomorrow is the Facebook Developers Conference. That's when we'll kind of probably find out, right? Well, thanks, Austin. I appreciate that. A lot of people have said that about my voice. But anyway, it may be. I've had singing training, so that could be part of it. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate that. So that was the. We always have these, especially when you have something on pre-order. Like, I have this guitar on pre-order. It's a really nice. It's a PRS. I don't know if any of you guys are guitar players, but PRS, which is Paul Reed Smith's, is a very highly rated guitar company, and they came out with this new Polar guitar. It's the PS20. Is it PS20? PS20E. It's like a really nice Polar guitar, and I've had it on pre-order for about 4 months now. And I haven't played it. I'm buying it like without playing it, and that's pretty rare. It's like, guitar players aren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to like play it first, but it's not that expensive. It's like $600 for a guitar. That's not expensive at all. And it's like a Polar guitar, so I'm going to use it for like blues and blues slide and stuff. And I'm really excited about it. But as I'm waiting for it to come in, I'm like looking at other guitars. I'm like, well, I like that guitar. Maybe I should get that. Oh, I like that guitar. Maybe I should get that. And you have this it's like pre-order buyer indecision, and that's the same thing with the Reverb. Like, I was totally comfortable with the Reverb G2, right? I've had plans to upgrade and all this, and then all of a sudden I'm reading about the Quest 2, and I'm like, all right, wait, Snapdragon XR2 offloads GPU power from the computer, so that means maybe I don't have to buy a 3080. Maybe maybe I can offload. I'm like thinking all these things, right? And I'm saying, I'm like, wait a sec. It's Oculus. It's Facebook. I said on a stream a couple of streams ago, I'm like a Palmer Luckey Oculus guy, right? Palmer Luckey was a CEO. I've owned an Oculus before Facebook owned them, right? And that culture is gone. It's like Apple. Like I used to work for an Apple dealer years ago when the Mac first came out, when the Lisa first came out. I was working for an Apple dealer. That was a different Apple than the Apple today. It was a very different Apple. They had a real cult-like following to their products. I know they kind of do now, but it's not the same, right? It's not the same. And that's the same with Oculus. The Palmer Luckey Oculus was a very different company. And, it was like a joy, the DK one, I think it was called. I didn't get that one, but I had my eyes on it. The development kit one, because it was too, like, kludgy for me. But when the CV1 came out, it was like, I want that thing. And it's because I was enamored with the whole Oculus vibe, But when Facebook bought them, and especially after they fired Palmer Luckey, I was like, you just killed the company, So they got this code, you show up. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that, Austin. I did see that. So it's purple, but it still shows up, which is cool. So that's good. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's good to see. Yeah, the OnAir folks were kind enough to make me a partner, which was awesome. So we're working on some events with OnAir that I can't really talk about it now because things are still kind of gelling, but we may have some cool events coming up with OnAir. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, so if those things happen, you can be part of them. And we're going to be giving away a key tonight, too. So a 1-month subscription to OnAir. And you can add that, if you haven't joined up yet OnAir, you can join up for your 7-day trial, and then you can add in your 1 month. So you'll actually get 5 weeks, which is awesome. Lucky got a lot of crap when Facebook said it would be required to link your account because he was on record saying that he would never have. Yeah, he also he's basically a conservative, right? And that has a lot to do with it too. There was a political thing, right? It's a political thing. I think Palmer Luckey's awesome. This is the guy that evangelized a technology that, in my opinion, changed gaming, changed flight simulation, and eventually is going to change the world of technology. When like AR wouldn't have happened, I don't think, unless VR happened, right? Now, he didn't invent VR. VR was around before Lucky Palmer. But his company took VR and they made it into a consumable item. That's a big thing, man. Yeah, exactly. It would not be here without him. Exactly. It's like the internet. Okay, so the internet, look up a guy named Vin Cerf. His last name is C-E-R-F. Vin Cerf. He wears I don't even know if he's still alive. I met him one time. He used to be on the executive board of MCI. If you guys remember MCI, they were a competition with AT&T. Vin Cerf ended up working for MCI, but before that, he worked for the Department of Defense. He was the guy that invented the internet, not Al Gore. Al Gore said, I invented. Remember when he said he invented the internet? Vin Cerf invented DARPA. No one really knows who Vin Cerf is. But Vin Cerf invented IP protocol and the ability of routers to talk to each other, which basically Cisco made billions on. Okay? Vin Cerf is the godfather of the internet. No one really knows who he is. Lucky Palmer will end up being the godfather of consumer VR. He is. He's the godfather of consumer VR. There's no question about it. Anyway, so whittle that all down to I'm not canceling my order for the Reverb G2. That's the whole nexus of that discussion. Anyway. So, yeah. So let's see what we got here. We got 33 miles to Jubal. Jubal gets us into JFK. We're going to see now. Okay, so this should be an experiment. We're in X-Plane VR. We're in the Challenger. We've got pretty high settings. I've got objects on the middle setting, I believe. Okay, so you're not going to see all of New York. I'm interested to see how the frame times are and the frame consistency is when we land in JFK. JFK has lots of buildings. It's the first time I'll be landing in JFK with a plane like this. I think I did it with a Ti SC2 and it was fine. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see what JFK is like. I was really close to pre-ordering the G2, but then got stuck with an $800 bill for your cat. Well, your cat's more important. We have 2 cats. I love our cats. Especially this one cat. We have one cat named Stan, and he's amazing. He's amazing. He's like a dog. In fact, we used to have this Cocker Spaniel, and she was awesome. She's like one of the greatest pets you could ever have. And Stan is basically like a cat version of her. It's really weird. Like, he does like a lot of the same things. He's got the same coloring. He's got white feet like her. It's like really strange. He's like the reincarnation of her, you know. But yeah, we have two great cats. Got to take care of your cats. $800. Wow. Yeah, those cats with that kind of personality are awesome. Like, you know, Stanley can't live without affection. Like, he can't get enough affection, you know. Yeah, I used to have, and Stanley won't do fetch, but I used to have another cat. We had a cat that would fetch. You could throw a paper towel down the stairs, and he would go downstairs, grab that paper towel, and bring it back up and put it on the bed. And he would do it until he was panting. He just loved to play catch. It's pretty cool. Or fetch, I should say. It's pretty cool. Anyway, cats are great. All right, so when we land in JFK, I think we'll do the giveaway. We're going to do the giveaway. It's going to be a trivia question. You'll be able to answer in chat, so make sure you stay around. It'll be a few more minutes here. I'm going to give you multiple choice, and the way I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the answers first with the letters, and then I'll read the question. Because I think what happens is if I read the question first, people will Google it, and they'll know the answer, right? So we'll do it backwards. Do you use Oculus Debug app? No, I don't. I use the OVR tool, man. I used to use this is what you got to do, Paul, for X-Plane, okay? Go get this tool. Hold on. See the VR tools, Rare? VR tool. Oh wait, no. You have to fly with Lua running. See fly with Lua, okay? And then it's called under macros, and then this OVR settings. Okay, you can get it on X-Plane.org, I think, or just Google it. OVR settings, and in here, I set super sampling. Okay, you set it whatever you want. Okay, up to 2. Okay, I've set it at 1.8. And the beauty of and you can also set up space warp if you want that on or not. Okay, I have it disabled now. Here's the beauty of this. When you boot up X-Plane, this thing kicks in and your super sampling automatically gets set. And you don't have to have that tool tray running, any of that. This just does it all. It works great. And ever since I started using this, things really smoothed out. So get this thing. It's called OVR tool. It's only for Rift and Rift CV1 and Rift S. Boots will come down, drop the toy, my son, while I'm sleeping, and then that's cool. And then headbutt you. That's awesome. Yeah, it's great to have it's great to have a friend and a pet, you know. Had a lot of pet friends in my life. since I was 5 years old. All right, pick up the pace a little here. We're at altitude, so. But look at that. We're flying low and slow, and I don't know about you, but that looks pretty gosh darn smooth to me. Look at that. Would you say that's smooth? Would you say that's realistic? Ground movement? Let's go outside of the plane and see. Would you say that's realistic? Look at that. That is realistic. Awesome. So, I don't know about you, but I would much rather fly in VR in X-Plane than 2D in MS 2020. There's things I like about it. Okay. Things I don't like about it. There's things I like about X-Plane. There's things I don't like about X-Plane. But I'd rather be flying in VR in X-Plane. There's no doubt about that. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to land. We're going to do the giveaway. 1 month subscription to OnAir, courtesy of the folks at OnAir. Austin. Everybody would say thanks. Austin's the community manager for the Discord, so he answers a lot of questions. People have questions about the service and about Discord and stuff. He helps them out there, so does a great job there for them. So I'll give you a hint. The trivia question has something to do with animals, Raspberry. So we were talking about, but not pets. These are a little bigger than pets. These animals. It's a really good question. I'm going to be surprised if anybody can get this without Googling. I would never be able to get it. Oh,
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Okay, 320 is the max here. Let's keep it around 50%. Would you say that looks pretty smooth, guys? Looks pretty smooth to me. And we might start to see a little stuttering because we're coming into, we got a lot of clouds. I put a lot of clouds going on. That's probably, like, I put 2 layers of clouds in. I'm not running real weather. X-Plane's real weather kind of sucks. We all know that. Okay, Raspberry, I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, if you guys have won a key before, I'd appreciate if you guys sat it out and give someone else a chance. I appreciate that, Raspberry. That's very nice of you to do that. But yeah, I would appreciate it if you. Oh, is that my airport there? Wait a second. That's my airport? I guess it is. Yeah, that's JFK. All right, we may have to go around again here.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go around again.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
I wasn't paying attention.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Hey, thanks for the subscription there.
Overspeed.
Sheldon, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Okay.
Overspeed.
I know I'm overspeed. I won't be now.
Overspeed.
At 210. There you go. Yeah, I totally gapped that. This is, I guess I'm going to go over this way. Luckily, we got enough fuel. We've still got 1,900 pounds on fuel on board. So we'll have to vector off here to the north a little bit. Here's New York City. Only a few buildings standing. There's our airport right down there. I know that'd be 3-1 over there coming in over the water to the north. Yeah. Oh, that's not OA. That's the plane. That's the plane. Challenger is giving me feedback telling me you can't go over 320, man. You're going to ruin the plane structure if you go over 320. Ground speed. It's a safeguard. How you doing, Scully? Good to see you. All right, so we'll just I guess that's Aqueduct Racetrack there. I'm not sure. We got 1 notch of flaps in, and we got our gear up. So what we'll do is we'll fly over these nice folks here, and I guess this is Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn or Queen? This is probably Brooklyn. I don't know. Let's see if we can bank here. There's the Freedom Tower over there, and right across that water is Jersey. Yeah, this is X-plane. This is the Challenger. The Challenger 300 in X-plane. We're flying jets tonight, Scully. We're flying jets. I think people like to see jets more than the old GA stuff. I love the GA stuff, but I like the jets. This is my favorite jet. And I'm on a mission. All right, we're going to put another notch of flaps in here. And we're going to do, you would never land a jet like this, but I'm going to get my gear down. And I'm going to do my turn on final.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
I got to knock the speed down here.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Yeah, this would get me banned from the FAA for sure.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
But I know we can do it. We got a long runway.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
We got a long runway.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
I got to get my
overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
My trim up.
Overspeed.
Okay, there we go.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
It's pretty smooth.
Overspeed.
Pretty smooth. I'm pretty.
Overspeed.
Look at that. Very smooth.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
The systems are freaking out. That's very smooth. Very smooth. But we're going to be fine here. Yeah, I know sync rate. I know 100, yes.
50.
Very smooth. What do you think? Very smooth.
30, 20. 10.
Butter.
Time logged.
Butter!
Kilo Juliet Fox
Didn't even feel it.
Kennedy
The
ING
people in the back didn't even feel it. All right, let's apply our brakes before we go into the water. We don't want that to happen. I would say that deserves a butter emoji. Come on. Come on, Scully. Come on. That was a pretty good landing there. See, now in X-plane, if I wanted to go back, I could look at that landing again. But I'm not going to do that. Because we're in hot pursuit here of giving away a subscription right now, so. Alright, here we go. We're gonna put her on idle right around here. We're gonna first shut down the plane. So I'm gonna make a live suggestion, Austin, and I'll actually put this in the suggestion on Discord like I'm supposed to. It would be really cool if you could register the flight when you put on the parking brake, because that would allow. Now I have to shut the plane down. Okay. Not that it's hard to shut down. I mean, yes, I got to, pull the parking brake. Okay. Then I got to go over here. I got to turn the engines off. Flight gets registered.
Engine off, time logged.
Okay.
End of flight.
Then I got to turn.
Registered in OnAir company.
All right, just registered. So then I got to turn the APU back on. Then I got to turn the switches on. Then I got to go to the starters. And I got to turn the starters on for the right engine. It's coming on. Left engine. Coming on. It would be a whole lot easier if it just registered the flight when you hit the parking brake. That's how FS Economy does it. That's why I'm saying that. But I don't mind doing that, but most people are not going to shut the plane down and shut all the engine systems down and all that. Because especially if you're doing a 2-hop flight like I'm doing here, right? They're going to quick shut down. Like actually, FS 2020 has a hot stop and a hot start. So basically, you map that, you hit hot stop, plane shuts down, registers with OnAir, and then you hit hot start, right? So you could do that with X-plane too. I just don't have it mapped. Yes, Austin, you're right. In real life, you would have to do that. Absolutely. But maybe give people the option, right? People like me, like you can, give me the option. Say either you can go through a full shutdown, or you could use the parking brake option. Give people the option, right? Some people are going to want, and sometimes I might want to shut everything down, and sometimes I might not want to shut everything down. Just a suggestion, but we don't have to like debate. I'm just going to. I know you guys are going for realism. I know OnAir is going for realism, and that's really great. That's super important. All right, so let me go to OnAir. All right. So we got 102 XP for that. We're going to say OK. All right, so now we still got Loopy around. We hired him for the day. All right. What's happening now is they're unloading the cargo on JFK before we can make our way to BWI. But I wanted to talk about something before we do. Oh, I know what I want to do. Let's do the giveaway. So let's go to. All right, here we go. We're going to do the giveaway. Ready? Get ready to type the letter A, B, C, or D. What happened? Why did you give me a broken neck, Scully? That was like a butter landing, man. That was a butter landing. Let me see. Can you set your own routes in OA if you set up an FBO or you create an... I'm not sure. Maybe Austin can add that. Yeah, I'll suggest it on the thing. All right, so we're going to do the giveaway. Okay, if you've already won, please don't enter. Okay? Give the folks that haven't won a chance. So here we go. Ready? All right, so the answers are going to be, I'll even put them in chat, all right? These are going to be the answers. Ready? So you guys have them. So I don't have to repeat them. Okay. Hold on. Make sure the punctuation's correct. Okay, these are going to be the answers. A, African elephant. B, sperm whale. C, blue whale. Or D, Indian elephant. And don't be a smart person and put the question if you already figured out what the question is, okay? A, African elephant. B, sperm whale. C, blue whale. And D, Indian elephant. Okay? Are you guys ready? The question is, what is the loudest animal on Earth? Anybody figure it out? All right, Scully, you won, dude. The blue whale can reach up to 188 decibels. In comparison, the average rock concert is 115 to 120 decibels. The blue whale's actually louder than a rock concert. It's pretty wild. I never realized that. Good job. All right, Scully, so you win a month. What I want you to do is email me. Okay. Actually, you know what, Scully? Just IM me on Discord. Because you're on the Discord channel. Go on Discord, IM me on Discord, and I'll get you your... you know that from Star Trek? Really? Wow, that was... Really? Star Trek 4, wow. That's interesting. Oh, dude, then why did you... then why did you answer if you don't want to take it? Okay, so you want me to do another trivia and give it to somebody else? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying I should give it to somebody else? Because I can come up with another trivia question and give it to somebody else. Okay. Do me a favor. Don't play. Because we got to have somebody to win it who, well, actually, yeah, who, actually, let me do this. Okay? Is that fair? No. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to revert to the second person who answered the question correctly, which is Sly Robo. Okay, let's do that. I think that's a fair thing. Sly Robo answered the question. C, he got it right as well. So Sly Robo, you have it. Okay? So IME on, well, I already know your thing, so I'll IM you on Discord, Sly Robo, and I'll get you your key. Let's do it. I think that's a fair thing. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate that, and thanks to OnAir for sponsoring that giveaway and providing us with the 1 month key. And look forward to seeing you on air there, Sly. Thank you. All right, so let's get to it. So we unloaded our cargo at JFK, so that's good. We still got the printed magazines. All right. We got to go 53 miles. We got 397 gas. Now, here's a little thing. I got to make sure my balance is right. Here's a little thing you always have to check, especially with a jet. Okay? You got to make sure that the FBO you're going to has fuel. Now, I've already checked these out. I know JFK does because it's got 2 FBOs. Got to make sure this one is. So what you do is go to here. Okay, go to this, go here, and just take 2 seconds and make sure that you got jet fuel. Yeah, they got 159,000 gallons of fuel. I think we'll be okay at a joint air base. All right, so that's that. I know what I wanted to talk about quickly. So here's the thing. So I'm looking at these missions, right? So these missions are really not great for me from a money perspective. But they're great from an XP perspective because they could basically level you up and give you more skill points, right? And I'm looking at this one and I'm saying to myself, okay, I can fit all this stuff in a Challenger, all right? Fit all that stuff in a Challenger. And I could do all these hops. If you total this up, it's like over 3,000 miles. It's a lot of flying. It's like almost 4,000, actually 5,000 miles of flying, right? If you look at here, this is the way it's set up. Like, you could set it up because you're basically taking everything from CGS and you hop from here, hop from there, hop from there. I would go probably boom, 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 right? Figure it out so it's as short as possible. But I'm saying to myself, that's a lot of time to get 4,000 XP. Am I better off? Hey, thank you for the subscription. Nathaniel, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that, man. Are you better off just taking big ass jobs for like 100,000, 150,000, 120,000, and just grinding through those, getting more cash and picking up the XP, rather than spend? I mean, this would literally take, if you had to go 5,000 miles. What is this? Let's see, 13. Maybe it's not 5,000. Maybe it's like, I think I had to look at it, but it's a lot. It's a lot of time. Right? I don't know if it makes sense to do these missions, especially if you're able to fly a larger plane, So anyway, I was just sort of like balancing that out because it's balanced like time for money, Let's see. Love to see a cargo movement via depot. Small airport cargo being moved to a bigger class airport. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. You should put that in suggestions. Be good for GA airplanes where there's no. Yeah, that's a good idea. Put that in this. On the Discord they've got the suggestions. You can pop your suggestions in there. So put that in there. I think the way they're doing it is like multiple people do that, then then their suggestion gets pulled in. All right, so we got 397. We know we can get more fuel there. We're only going 51 miles. It's plenty of fuel. I'm not adding any fuel. Auto balance. Okay. Confirm. Did I load the cargo? Yeah. Want to make sure. All right, so we're going to KWRI. I got to put my co-pilot in the right seat. We got our cargo already on board. We got the fuel on board. We are good to go. Okay. Yeah. In my drawer, I'm not sure if I have any or not though. Top. Oh, those aren't chargeable, Drew. Oh yeah, they are. Guys, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. So, anyway, so I don't forget what the hell I was saying. Anyway, so we got this ready to go here. Oh, I want to let's just make sure we're good in the plane. We don't have very far to go, so let's set our altitude at just go to 6K, and we're going to go vertical speed, and we're going to go get up there. We'll get up there to 2,000 feet per minute. So that should be good there. We got a next waypoint in there. We got the APU off. Get the bleed off. All right, plane's ready to roll. Yeah, but I don't even think they're worth it for the experience, because I think I could fly, make more money, and get more XP and flying less miles. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're even worth it for the XP. All right, let's do plane. Get ready. Get plane ready to go. And we're going to start the tracking.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
All right. When we land at McGuire, I want to show you the livery for the longitude that Sly Robo did. It's pretty cool. All right, so where's our runway? Our runway is right there. Trying to orientate myself here. Okay, I am definitely, am I good here? Yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go, guys. You also get experience flying. Exactly. I think I'd rather fly for the money. Here we go.
Configuration.
Oh, let me get my flaps
Configuration.
correct here.
Configuration.
The system tells me that my flaps were no good, so here we go. Oh, I see what's happening. We haven't hit the waypoint yet, so it's going to probably, oop, that was a quick up. Oof.
Airborne time locked.
We're going to probably, here we go.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low.
Help if I
terrain.
put the vertical
Too
speed
low,
the
terrain.
right way.
Too low. Terrain.
See this, I'm
Too
thinking
low,
about a
terrain.
million things here,
Too
and I'm
low,
not
Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
piloting
Too
correctly.
low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Oh, no. Don't do this on me now. This happened to me yesterday. Alright, I'm going to have to perhaps defy this thing. This happened to me yesterday. For some reason, I hit something, and the FLC came on, and I couldn't get the vertical speed to work again. Well, the good news is that's not that far, so I can hand fly it. This happened to me yesterday. I hit a button and it went into FLC mode, and I couldn't get it out of FLC. And when I hit FLC, it doesn't turn it off. So I don't know what the hell is happening there, but at worst comes, you know what? I'll just hand fly it. It's only 50 miles. Actually, what I'll do is let me go heading.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Heading.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
And I'm going to go heading mode. And I'm going to go altitude hold. And I'm going to go autopilot. And we'll just stay on that heading. And we'll just do this. And then we'll get there. Yeah, I got to figure out what the hell that's all about. Just got to check one thing here. All right, we'll just use heading. And hopefully we're heading on the right heading. What I'm doing is, for some reason, I didn't, this waypoint didn't change, and I'm hoping, I know you shouldn't hope in aviation, but I'm on the right track here to go to McGuire. If you were to join your VA, would I need to relocate to your home base? I don't think so. I think you can fly from anywhere, as long as you're flying jobs for the virtual airline. Like, you don't have to use. I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth. Let me figure out my navigation here, guys. Let me see if I fix that. Hold on. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Let me see if I put on nav what happens here. Let's go nav source is FMS, and we're going to go nav. There we go. Okay, cool. All fixed. Beautiful. If you don't want the skills in FBO and banking, you can totally just fly cash jobs and put your skill points into getting medical. Yeah. Well, I've gotten pretty much all those skill points done in the piloting area. Now I'm building up like FBOs and the other areas, When I land here, I'll show you. So some folks may be confused by that. When I land here, I'll show you what the skill points are all about. We're going to be here in McGuire pretty quick. So we're going to probably slow this plane down a little bit here. I'm very impressed. What are we on, low fuel? Okay. We got plenty of fuel. We got 10 miles into McGuire, so let's get down to 35 vertical speed. See, it didn't work. Didn't work. I got to figure that out. It's not going to it's going to FLC mode. I know I'm doing something wrong. All right, so let's just take it off autopilot, and we're just gonna. It's right in front of us. You look up, and there's the runway. We might have to come around twice. Hopefully we're not, but we'll see. Pardon me. All right, we're going to get to 210, and we can pop those flaps on. It's a long runway here at McGuire. It's an Air Force base, so they're used to having long runways.
Overspeed.
All right, I'm going to have to pop them on.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Wait,
Overspeed.
Is that the right runway?
Overspeed.
It says 3 miles. It's got to be the right one. Yeah, that's the right one.
Sync rate, sync rate, overspeed, sync rate, overspeed, 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 overspeed.
All right, we're not going to break anybody's neck here.
Minimums. Sync rate, 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 sync rate.
All right, I know sync rate. I'm doing fine. I'm fine.
Sync rate, sync rate.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate.
Got a mile of runway here.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate. 50, 40, 30.
Smooth. Look how smooth that is. That's frame time right there, baby. Beautiful. There we go. Flaps up. Spoilers should come up. Or down, I should say. And we are home. Yeah, I'm happy now, Scully. Alright, let's get this plane off, because we can't just put parking brake on. I'm just kidding, Austin. Alright, we just turned that engine off.
Off time logged. End of flight. Registered in OnAir company.
And let's see how we did. Alright. For some reason the engines are still running even though I turned them off. Let's see here. Alright, so we picked up 26 XP. Still got a ways to go to 6K. Loopy really helped out in the right seat. Little fraction of a reputation change there. It wasn't a very long flight, but we completed the job. We're going to unload the cargo. And we should go over here. We should have increased by about 50K, which we did. So, going to current cash. Scroll down. 58K, not bad. After our expenses, so what did it cost us? 9, 1,000, 11, 12,000, about 12,000, 15,000. Wow, that's a lot. Look at that. It cost us 10 grand to rent it. Wow. 0.8 hours. Wow. This I think it's like, yeah, it's like $13,000 an hour. That's a lot of money. So 15 grand. So we made what, 43,000? Not bad, right? It's profitable. That's what you want. It's a definite nice profit margin, and the money just keeps rolling in, right? So what I wanted to show you was the skill tree. Scully was talking about that. So this is your skill tree. You start out really with a passenger license. You want to build this up so that you can do last minute jobs and medical jobs, cargo, fuel, and then do dangerous jobs. That's probably what I'll do next. Then to fly the Challenger, you have to have a hiring agreement so you can hire a co-pilot. Okay. Now, if you go into virtual airline operation, what I noticed here is when you go to your skill tree, they're all turned on. So VA, you have all this capability. You don't have to, you don't have to fly to get it. Your virtual airline automatically has all that stuff. So anyway, so that's going to do it for the stream, guys. Oh, I know. One more thing I wanted to show you. So this is the maturity of a 14. That's okay, dude. All right, so let me show you. Here's a little video I shot earlier today of the livery that Sly Robocop created for VR Aviation of the Longitude. Get ready, check this out. There she is. Got the VR Aviation logos on there. It's got the black and red coloring. Logo on the engines. Looking sleek and nice. Looks nice. Didn't he do a nice job? Appreciate that, Sly Robocop. Thank you very much for putting that livery together. And I'll probably be flying that Thursday night. Probably be flying that Thursday night. Actually, Saturday. I'm thinking Thursday night or Saturday because I want to do some FS Economy. I do still love FS Economy. But yeah, so this is... I'll be flying this livery from now on whenever I'm flying the Longitude on stream. So showing the cockpit there, which is a very... I love this shot right here. That's a great shot. Check that out. Doesn't that look cool? So that's it. That's the livery, the VR Aviation. Again, thanks to Sly Robocop. Really appreciate that. All right, guys. So that's going to do it now. Why? I turned the engines off. Why are they still on? That's weird. It's going to do it for me. You can't even draw inside the lines. Yeah, I'm not an artist either. Although I have created liveries like this one. I created this one. In X-Plane, it's a lot easier. Okay, it's a little tedious, but it's a lot easier. Okay. You have a good one too, Scully. Guys, thank you very much. Congratulations to Sly Robo for winning that subscription to OnAir. Thanks to the folks at OnAir for providing that. I really appreciate you guys joining me. And for the folks, was it Gold Rake became a member tonight? Thank you so much for your membership. And those who subscribe, thanks. Guys, hit that like button if you could. I'd really appreciate it. Just helps out with getting the video noticed with other people. And I will be back Thursday evening, 8 p.m. To do more streaming. All right? Thanks, guys. Have a great evening, and we'll talk soon. Take care.